as a team. And off angle could be huge here, but Wasana not able to land that crucial shot.
R7 meeting in their ground. They opt to fall back just a little bit to provide space between them and Buriram. However, Buriram calculating the position of their team members, trying to circle around this intellect center. However, to no avail. Rainbow has fallen back. Buriram is doing the same thing as well. Meanwhile, for Pain Gaming, looks like some shots were upon them. However, they, again, similar to our teams in Intellect Center, has to reroute their journey back towards, I believe this is Deca Square with the pink flowers on the ground. And on Deca Square, from what I can see, there's no one there, so it is safe for Pain Gaming to try to reset and regroup.
A lot of movement. Onyx already very happy from Topia, just chilling there. I think this is just side by side with another team as well. I believe it's Red Hawks over in the same vicinity here. But most of all, I think most teams just don't really want to take these early fights. Everyone started to beat. Nope, spoke too soon there. Red Hawks and Onyx finally committing to this fight. But the same thing could be said about Virtus Pro and RRQ, with RRQ taking the more aggressive approach, taking up so much space already, rushing forward, extending it. But RRQ undeterred, they have a player all the way in the backside to play this long-range support as well. Nice shot onto Benjum, but not enough to take him down. So for the time being, RRQ, VP happy to play a little bit more passive and just play together as a team. Diamond ate a lot of damage here, but this is a sign for Abai to just rush forward. Not enough to get the knockdown. He rushes through, gets more damage onto a Diamond, but still not enough to get the shot. Some nades thrown out. Blue wall set up to set them up for success as well. And the rest of VP, they're saying, no, not today, dog. We are just skedaddling out of here. But Boon Jam not able to run away with his life. The same could be said by Exposy and Diamond as well. Because we have Pain Gaming here as well, trying to join in on that fight. Abai is chasing right now. Gets another point to his name. And RRQ with 3, happy with that. And saying, okay, let's not pursue this. Pain, you can have that slot.
Nice push by RRQ, forcing Virtus Pro to flee back towards Deca Square where Pain Gaming reside. Now with enemy inside, RRQ and Pain Gaming is at it together near Deca Square. You can see from the southern side of the map, lasers are being pointed out by both Pain Gaming and RRQ. And the update from the new zone, you can see that it encompasses Zipway, boxing gym, as well as a little bit of mud side. Meanwhile, RRQ dudes, who has been decimated by Pain Gaming. However, there is a small trade by RRQ as well by taking down Motovia.
Saw some long-range pickoffs as well through that kill feed. Right as players are coming back into the game, no problem for Pain at least to bring Motovea back in here. But the southern side is still very aggressive, with Lost coming into the fray as well, getting 2 members of RRQ. RRQ here is scary because they are a team that's sandwiched between both Pain and Lost. These are 2 very strong teams. Kiba and Dudes, I think they're separating here. Dudes going for a little longer rotation away. Means that Lost is going to try and find their way to just really dwindle down those numbers. Knows that Kiba is close. Every point is so precious. But RRQ changed the trajectory of everything. A double kill already happening. Kiba playing a bit of a ring around the rosy. Jump shots abound here, but Lost this time were ready to receive.
RRQ not in a good spot here. Dirts has to be revived twice after he tried to land in mud side, but then again has been eliminated by Team Lost. So for RRQ, they really need to re-strategize. And look, talking about RRQ, now Mal is in a predicament. Whether or not should he fight Pain Gaming Peter, or should he try to fall back? But it looks like the first option is the one he chooses, and he has fallen. 6 points here for Pain Gaming, with Motovia and Peter still alive. Pain Gaming prolongs the fight, prolongs their survivability.
Without that, I mean, Pain Gaming, despite being on the back foot, less bodies to work with, they're still as aggressive They're playing like nothing else matters. End of the day, you make it into, the point rush, you make it to the grand finals. They're very comfortable forward. What do we have to lose? Let's just go all out today. And the team that's currently on fire is Falcons. I have to say, for them, these late rotations, these late fights have been doing them so much value. But for VSE, this is an interesting situation because they had a terrible, first day. Coming into today as well, the first half was just dismal. And then suddenly it felt like the third eye opened and the momentum fell into their laps. And then slowly but surely trying to claw their way back into the top. But it's not going to be an easy feat.
That's true. Vision for today had 2 games with good placements point, but sadly not enough as elimination is quite minuscule. Right now, as you can see, they are again playing the placement point strategy, playing right around the line of the new zone, avoiding teams early on and playing it super safe, looting maybe extra boxes that is around, but still, again, avoiding conflict with any players in our map. Meanwhile, on the kill feed, you can see Red Hawks managed to actually get a point from Pain Gaming, eliminating one of their members. And Falcons still within near the outside zone is struggling to actually enter the new one. Meanwhile, AGAL comfortably found a spot here near Boxing Gym.
Circle shift once again, with teams such as Onyx as well as R7 already very comfortable with a nice space to work with. AGL playing by the side of the zone could potentially slowly become the gatekeeper if they choose to be. We'd love to see what's going on over there over to AGAL. I saw them get a bit more active here, but the same could be said about LOS loss. There we go, AGL from the compound here trying their best to shoo away R7. Yeah, R7 has a bit more space to work with, but they don't necessarily have the numbers as well. It's only one member left alive. But I have to say that there's a lot of respect given here toward Games King. They don't want to get isolated. They don't want to be put in a position where they're giving him these isolated 1v1s.
Oh, found.
You was just whatever micro angle he played. He is sharp, man.
I wish you could get a POV of you on how did he get that pixel shot onwards Games King. But yep. Then again, R7, last remaining member, was eliminated, and that is it for R7 here. 10th place in Nextera. Meanwhile, RHK, or Red Hawks from Bangladesh, managed to actually knock down Moshi. That is a huge elimination by the team. And Red Hawks really needs the point right now, as they are quite far from the 12th spot zone. I believe around 14 points. So they really need to do a lot of work. Maybe aiming for a booyah this time around, as they are still yet to get that achievement. Meanwhile, Buriram finds solace or finds safety in the arsenal nearby. However, there is as well Onyx Olympus. Meanwhile, Pain Gaming is yet to enter our new zone. Oh, Gus goes down.
That's a nasty shot to Gus. It's a very painful place to be in as well. Gate kept out of the zone with so much pressure coming toward you. Knocked down already here by the play zone, but Lost take this as a situation where they can go a bit more aggressive and just really rally to take this space away. They're stuck in a corner here with VSE running for their lives. They're separated away at least 3-1, but with Red Hawks rushing forward, they're trying to see whether or not they can win this fight. You have Pain also coming through, but Motovea somehow knocks himself down, and that is an unlucky situation. The same could be said about Noda X as well. What is going on here? Pain Gaming out, but the fight still continues as Blade tries to find that nice opportunistic angle, weaving in and out of that chrono zone. Finds nothing quite yet, but VSE, they're playing this angle to perfection. Whoever that had encroached their space is the one to pay the blood fee.
Red Hawks jumps in to try to execute Team Vision system, but sadly they are the ones being hunted down. On the other side of the map, it looks like Lost and Falcon face off against each other. It's going to be 3v3. Kiroro running low has to be knocked here. Pina really needs to get out from his own glue wall, trying to save Kiroro. Meanwhile, General and Ranu. Oh no, Ranu! Oh, Ranone. Sadly could not survive, and that is it for Lost Limit. Surviving member for Falcons will try his best to continue the journey of the Green Hawks. But now EGAL might deny entry for limit.
Honestly, I have to say, for Lost just that just got boxed in, it's just an unfortunate situation. And AGL, it felt like as soon as DRG were knocked out, they were like, yes, this is our gold opportunity. They felt really good. They're just aggressing right now. They have 5 eliminations. They're already here, all the way toward the the 4th circle. Limit tries to rush through. He's still very much alive. I'm surprised that he's able to break it. In fact, getting a pick-off onto Cypher somehow. But that's not more. They can do that because Simal is not going to deny him that situation. Falcon's eliminated at 6. But still, the rest of RRQ, very, very happy with this news. They're on a rampage.
Meanwhile, Onyx, together with a Vision System and also Buriram, all in one tight spot near Mudside. AGAL has a lot of real estate to play with. They opt to try to go towards the team RRQ. Bar running quite low, goes down. Tiba as well, and that's it for RRQ. They are no more. Now it's up to Onyx from Indonesia to try to carry that Indonesian flag. However, there's only Zyro left hiding in the corner. And it looks like AGAL trying to assert dominance, securing position outside of Matsai, and this is not good for Vision System nor Buriram.
You gotta stop them. This is illegal. How do you just walk up and shoot someone in the face without anything? Just so fearless right now. They've taken up so much space off that circle as well. Yeah, the circle is shifting, but if anyone tries to rotate out of the building, you know that AGL, will be ready to receive. VSE moving in tandem with the zone, and this is smart. They have put themselves so much cover to be able to rotate. Buriram United, the same thing as well. Zyro, the only surviving member of Onyx here. What are you gonna do? I think AGL want to go on a hunt. I think they probably have a bit of idea where Zyro might be, but Zyro, he's being very sneaky right now. One wrong peek, and I'm pretty sure one member will fall from AGAL here, but the fights on the other end is starting to get hot.
Yeah, the glue wall that is standing in front of Zyro will be there for so long as it might melt. Yep, there you go. Zyro has no more glue wall. AGL instantly goes for that lone Indonesian, trapping him in the corner. And for AGAL, this is a pinnacle moment for them, as this could be the game that could secure them the point rush. Managed to find Zyro. That is 8 for AGAL. Onyx now on 4th place. We are left with Vision System, AGAL and Buriram. All 3 of them are quite far apart against each other, but you has AWM, has the long way. And they are controlling Blue Buriram.
Honestly, Buriram United has a nice area of health protection as well, but AGAL is also making it life hell for BSE right now because they're sandwiched between the 2. You hide on one end, you're gonna meet with another team here, but the zone is not particularly in favor of AGL. They gotta move right now. Out there in the open, they take a more aggressive approach. They want to rush forward to VSE, and I think VSE knows they're preparing themselves with the utilities, with the heals, with everything else in that kitchen sink. But AGL really taking their time here, understanding their predicament.
Yeah, Vision System right now is actually being pinned between 2 Thailand teams, Buriram and AGAL. Will the Mexican team, representative from the Latin American region, survive this war? Trying to throw some utility on towards AGAL and also some towards Buriram. Lots of glue melters has been put down by Vision System. This allowing AGAL to stand behind cover, but from behind, Buriram putting down bullets, causing a member from Team Vision to be eliminated. Moshi gets the kill on towards Andre. Deal, spot cheek, and she goes down. Cypher enters the fray, and they took down Vision one by one, and Latam is no more. It's now between Thai and Thai. AGAL and Buriram. Who will get this booyah? Buriram trying to go for the execution. AGAL on top. Cypher running quite low, and Cypher goes down. Batters could not provide the backup from the side. Batters has been blocked by their own teammates. Gluo. View goes down. Normal sniper, but get high. Turns for it, and now Joanna trying to work as much as he could to try to save his teammate, but he goes down as well. But Batters goes down. Now it's only up to T9. Would he be able to take down Buriram? It's gonna be 1v2. It's gonna be a golden clutch for T9. I'm sorry, 1v3. T9 facing us Moshi, but here comes Joanna. Here comes Genaya. There you go. T9 goes down. No others alive for you. Buriram, second booyah, EWC 25.
Buriram United really need this pick-me-up. They were very quiet this last few games here. But I have to say, quiet or not, they were a team that were quietly collecting points, still making their way up to the top 8 right now, at least on the overall rankings. They look good, they're aggressive as heck, but I want to just really give an honorary shout out to AGL. As soon as they heard DRG had fallen, it was as though they were motivated, they were aggressive, they felt confident. Dio had 6 eliminations on his own that game with 12 elims total for AGL, and this should really catapult them forward to a more secure placing for that top 12 spot.
As I was saying, Buriram is in a shaky spot back in 10th place. With that booyah and elimination points that they managed to get, definitely secures them the point rush slot. Meanwhile, for AGAL, despite not having that booyah, the points that they have collected in Nextera actually saves them from relegation. They still have that chance to proceed towards the next stage. As you can see, handshakes was given by the manager, the coach, praising them for a very good play in Nextera. And yep, we could see AGAL tomorrow.
And for now, guys, we're gonna go for a quick break. After this, the final map, so do not go anywhere. Double kill.
ตัวเดียวช่วยปิดแล้วปิดแล้วทุกคนใจเย็นตัวเดียวทำกูแล้วออกมายิงไว้รอเขาปิดหมดเลยเอามาซ้ายใจเย็นมันออกประตูทางที่เรามาปิดเลยแฮกลองนะเพื่อนเน้นหน่อยเพื่อน3-1วัดไอ้ตัดมาไอ้บ้าดิบังกูเหี้ยออกมาล้วเนี่ยไอ้เหี้ยแม่งฟรีเลย
มันได้บูย่าคิวบูย่า
It's time to welcome the Buriram fans back into the chat because Buriram is back, baby. I mean, I think they needed that booyah because there was a little bit of tension on the panel. We were looking at them, 10th place on the leaderboard. I mean, they weren't in a position where they were going to get easily knocked out, but if they bombed out here and they bombed out on Solara, then we probably have a really strange situation on the panel. But welcome back to the panel, folks. We've got to break down that game because Buriram's booyah, pretty important. But we've got to talk about the more important booyah, which is the teams at the bottom. Now, Gideon, Neptune, we were really having a really tight discussion on this because Dragons, right? Great rounds 1 to 3 today. Then 4, not so great. 5? I mean, not the best, you know. We've seen them definitely play better.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen them play better here, but I mean, this is just one of the maps where sometimes you just flop. I think that's totally fine. They're still in a pretty good position.
But it's like the worst time to flop, Gideon, because they are in 13th place on the actual leaderboard, and they kind of need those points if they're going to make it to the next.
Look, somebody had to do it, right? I was hoping that Buriram gets a game in. At least they did it now, so I can. Now it's whatever. If Dragons do it, okay, sure.
Yeah, I guess for the first few maps, they are playing it with placement point. And I guess this is when they tried to go for elimination, but instead they get eliminated. So I'm sure by Solara, they will try their best to survive a little bit longer.
Yeah, so it's Dragons. We've got a conversation with Hot Shots going as well, because they are one of the few teams that could just go all the way back home. So, Hot Shots, they're at risk. Dragons, at risk as well. Are there any other teams that are at risk on that leaderboard?
I think that with this second place finishing coming in from AGAL, that puts them in a more comfortable spot for sure.
Okay. It is safe to say they probably are guaranteed, because I feel like they scored enough points to kind of push them over that line.
Here's the thing. That's when I'm starting to think that maybe Onyx, Virtus Pro could get some big game points and then turn things around. But I'm more worried about the teams who've got nothing to lose. Teams like VSE, for an example, who are kind of like, hey, they can technically drag one of the teams down if they just do a little bit of targeting and some caught drop in, might turn things around for them.
Yeah, it looks like they've been doing that for the past 2 or 3 games. Vision system, like it's quite surprising from the past, their first one going down, but now they are being part of the top 5 for each map. So this is what we've been looking for, not only from Vision system, but for the other teams as well, who didn't really get close to when we break the difference in terms of points for the top or for the bottom 6. So I don't know. They will be the ones denying those struggling or trying to get to the top 12.
Yeah, but keep in mind, we're also playing on Solara, a map that a lot of teams are not comfortable with. And I did take a peek at some of your stats because their numbers are really interesting. On average, technically this was the last round that Dragons played on Solara. We're going to focus on this team because they played so well at the beginning of the day and they're so close to making the threshold. They scored 8 points. So, is 8 points, do you think, would that be? Let's say they did 8 again. Is that enough to just scrape them by?
Is that enough to? I feel like if there's anything that we need to be worried about, it's coming into Solara are the previous Booyah achievers, right? Previously, we were starting to think about Vitality, but guess what? Now that they're not playing, the next that comes in line, Pain Gaming.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one thing's for sure, there's a lot more that can be said by Pain Game.
Well, I just want to add something because we were talking about Hot Shot and probably they are like in the bottom of the ranking, right? But I just want to remind that, I mean, Pain just did a Booyah, so they are kind of trying to, you know, they are going to do some shit talk at Pain Gaming, but Pain Gaming is doing really well today, and they could keep it. They are consistent, and they are showing to us like our Brazilian play style. So I don't know, maybe Hot Shot, we can say that it's out of the competition, or we still can say that.
I mean, the bar is on the floor, honestly. Like, if we look at the leaderboard, the line, I can't even see it. Like, my shoe, it's under my shoe. Anybody could cross that line. So here is the leaderboard. Before we jump into our last game, folks, okay? The fight for that 12th spot, it is so tiny, so close. Someone could just breathe and they will qualify to the next stage.
Yeah, looking at the difference. I mean, Hot Shot, you did mention, and I know like you still feel what they said about Pain, but I guess they are feeling Pain right now. Only 3 points remaining from Dragon Esports. Make that 4.
But Onyx could also come in and say, your dream is now mine.
Hey. If we're talking about Onyx here, we also got to keep Dragon Esports in the mix, because let's say they get 30 points in the next upcoming game. That means if both Onyx as well as Dragons do well, there's a potential that Fluxo gets knocked out.
I I just don't want to be part of this conversation. I will keep sitting here, or maybe
I'm looking
I don't want
at
to be part of it.
You don't want to be part.
I'm not sure. I think Fluxo will pass through the knockout stage and will go to the point rush, because last year they did like exactly the same. They ended the knockout stage at, I think, 11 or the 12th position, maybe. But well, we need to see. We need to keep our eyes really open to it. But I don't think that's the. I'm not scared of it at all. Look at these boys. They look confident. Look at them.
They are looking confident. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
They are looking confident.
You know what I would do if I was Fluxo right now? I would be begging the teams at the top of the leaderboard to get all the points. Say, guys, don't give these simpletons points.
Hey.
Boyram, Falcons, you have one job.
Maybe they
Take all the
are.
points.
Maybe they are, but I'm cheering for them. Everything is gonna be fine at the end of the broadcast.
Yeah.
You guys, you can talk about me. You can talk about it with me later.
Well, let's see if there's going to be enough points to go around, because personally, I don't think so. But most importantly, game number 6, our final round of the day, is ready to kick off. We're flying over to Solara and wrapping things up today here at Free Fire at EWC 25. To my beautiful casters, take it away.
Solara, the last stand for many of these teams. Dragons Esports, Onyx, VSE, Virtus Pro. Oh no, it's gonna be real hard. Alpha 34, Red Hawks as well. And right now, all eyes are on Onyx here. 84 points. 3-point difference to Hotshot to be able to secure that final slot for tomorrow.
And to take what Neptune has said just now for Vision System SPA, Neptune said that they had nothing to lose, so they could try to pull a team down from the top 12. However, it looks like they had, I think, just looking from the points, they have that chance to actually try to get to the top 12 place as well, because the difference between Team Vision and also Hotshot is just so little. Okay, again, this is the 6 teams right now. They are in the very low threshold of our point. It's Hotshot, Dragons, Onyx, Virtus Pro, and also Vision. Again, I would like to say Vision System and Hotshot, only 12 points difference. Very, very minuscule, very, very small. So if Vision again goes aggressive just like they did in the previous games today, we might see them instead in the top 12.
We have no clue what's going to be happening. I mean, AGAL was just, I think they were just usually, in the middle of the scoreboard, not too aggressive, just taking their time. With DRG losing 1 point, I mean, yeah, this is a rough start for them. And they gotta hustle. They need to do something to be able to just really secure, just 3 points away from Hotshot. And meanwhile, you have Vision with a nothing to lose attitude to be able to overcome so many different teams here. As VP opens up this game with Pain in trouble. Motavea also falls, but Peter rallies with Diamond also falling next. And now with VP, 3 players still very much alive here. They can go for a reset, try to find where exactly Peter's gonna be. He jumps forward, he takes up the way that space, and is looking really good. It's making it so hard for them to be able to bring back the teammate, and they finally do so. Peter waiting on the wings here, decides to reposition himself to another safer area, but finds nothing quite yet, so he's just gonna take his time.
Motavia has been revived from the knockdown to Warak, who is trying his best to try to bring VP to win this fight against Pain. Finds Motavia right at the backside of the vent, as well as Gus on the top. However, Exposy was traded off, and it looks like VP could still survive as Peter is left alone for Pain Gaming.
Shouldn't be too much of a problem for Peter to go for the reset. The recovery is good, but the biggest problem right now is to be able to exit this building, get to safety, cross the members of VP, and I think he might be able to do so because R7 is here, because this is good. This is the golden goose, the golden opportunity.
Not a good opportunity for Virtus Pro though. They need to survive. They need to prolong their survivability to get the placement, to get elimination. Crime MKS, who suddenly appear out of nowhere, was caught by Joker. Diamond and Fuwarat. Tony Hawk's away with the sliding rails, away from Rainbow 7. That was so close for comfort here for Virtus Pro, and they managed to prolong their survivability in this game. Virtus Pro really needs the points as they are so close towards 12th place. Meanwhile, Onyx, same goal, same situation as Virtus Pro, really needs the point in order to proceed to the next stage.
Onyx has been pretty much unlucky today. They've just been so separated from one another. They weren't able to play as a unit. You have two players left alive, and they go for a 1-1 formation. They try to tag team off each other. They're not able to do so, but the same thing could be said about Lost right now because Rigby falls. You can see the aggression still very much there from RRQ. I have to say, they're hitting the ground running, and they're feeling really hot. They've taken teams left, right, and center here. And with their all eyes onto Lost, it's going to be interesting how they want to approach this game. Nando9 does bring back Rigby into this game. It's a matter of whether or not RRQ actually wants to push the issue.
All right, RRQ still on a stalemate here with Team Lost at Delta Isle. And Abai tries to actually slide in towards Team Lost. However, he was stopped in the middle of the way. They used the slide yet again, but this time around Lost actually retreated from Delta Isle. They might want to go towards Windmill. However, Windmill, there is another team there. We're now looking at Dragons. This is the MENA team currently with 84 points, shy of only 3 against Hotshot that is currently on 12th place. They really need to survive and gain points. Back to Delta Isle.
We want to see this engagement, and we're getting it right now as RRQ finally did push the issue, and they are just completely frying. But Lost rallies as well. But it's going to be hard because General is down, and now RRQ looking to eliminate the final member here. Nando9 running away with his life. Lost 2 members left. Nando9 trying to steal away the attention for his teammates, but Nando9 cannot do more than that. And there it is, Lost knocked out fairly early. The first team to be eliminated. What a stark contrast here as RRQ takes the fire, and they are looking and feeling real good. Kiba, come on now.
Freestyling in front of Nando's box. RRQ finessed themselves by taking down the leaders of the overall knockout stage. However, for Lost, it's 182 points for them. They definitely will go towards the next stage. Therefore, it's not a big loss, pun intended, that they have been eliminated on 12th place. Meanwhile, Rainbow 7 and AGAL is added. Joker takes down Chinol, meanwhile Yu takes down Dea. That is 2 snipers taking down their own targets. Chinoy could still have space to be revived. Yep, he has come up back again. However, was traded with Baros. Baros is now no more. GameSync X pushing towards Yu. Does not have the capacity to fight against Yu. Right in front. SPD, James King, like, I don't care. I have an SMG, but my SPD is way better. Takes down Yu, and AGAL is in trouble. Meanwhile, RRQ, same boat as well.
We were just glazing RRQ here, and now the team that's on fire is currently burning. Just struck between a rock and a hard place. Hard to move, where to go when you are not in a great position to reposition yourself. And Onyx looking to take full advantage of this situation. With Dudes hiding in a corner here, RRQ can look to, to pick themselves back up here. But at the same time, he doesn't have a lot of space to work with. Barely any cover as well. He can bring his teammates back in, but he has to find a safer place to reconvene. Tries to put in a bit more pressure to other members of Onyx, but Onyx is just not allowing them this golden opportunity.
Yeah, what comes around goes around. Freestyling in front of Team Lost. Now RRQ, I believe, is almost. They are now out of the picture as Dudes was finally hunted down by Team Morning Olympus. So RRQ 11th place. Now you can see that the circle now encompassing Funfair, Windmill, and parts of Delta L as well. Such an open space in the middle. Awaiting that is Team Dragons. Now we're looking at Falcons. Quite I could say, quiet of them here in Solara. As said by Danali, a lot of players are not comfortable playing at this map. So a safer strategy is implied here by the by Team Falcons, not to engage early, maybe awaiting for the zone to be updated just to find out where would they move.
Good call if you ask me. You don't get knocked out super early. You can get some information. In fact, build some space for your rotations here. Somehow Chicks managing a nice knock onto a member of Onyx there as well. I wouldn't say it's the best of situations. You are in the arsenal, but you have access to it. But the problem is getting out of it. You have 2 exits, yeah, but it's so wide out there in the open, and a lot of these players know how to abuse these micro angles, these off angles as well, which is just so devastating. But for now, I think our Onyx is just going to stay put here because it's right in the middle of the circle. You want to be able to survive for the time being there. Hold your position instead of trying to force yourself to go for these rotations out there in the open.
I could see the smile on Saifa's face when Paying Gaming passed through him. Now Saifa, as the ninja as he is.
Second time this week, Joe, something's happened.
Yeah, he managed to get clear for the ball. And now Saifa was found by Motovea. Alright, Saifa is in trouble, has to handle the 4 members of Team Ping Gaming. Oscar dash towards the back, but no, Motovea say no, I have the eyes of an eagle. So Saifa goes down, that is 3 points for Ping Gaming. And for the other members of AGAL, they are actually not around and they are actually far apart. As Barros is in archway, meanwhile Chino is right around TV tower. And currently we are looking at the Red Hawks. Their hopes to go to the point rush stage has closed as they do not have sufficient points to qualify to the next round. So all they need to do right now is just 2 things. Have fun or drag someone down.
I mean, why not ruin some hopes and dreams here? They can get into that circle. It's not going to be the easiest rotation for them either. Gate kept by Buriram United out of all teams. You can try and rush forward here, but you know that players from Buriram United, they are very sharp, especially from just sharpshooting players out of the sky. Also, Falcons close by as well. This long-range area, they cross between them. It's going to be devastating. The crossfires coming in from both these teams. And I think that Red Hawks are kind of aware of this situation.
And AGAL with Barros alone managed to actually get back Chino and Saifa. Chino was actually found by Paying Gaming. The predicament between these 2 teams is yet to be resolved. However, Barros managed to actually save AGAL and they are now back in our game. As for Dragons, this is a very important game for them. I believe for placement-wise, they might have the points to cut off Hotshot, but they really need more in order to avoid Team Vision, Team VP, even Team Onyx cutting them from the back. However, now we're looking at Red Hawks trying to engage towards Team Buriram United.
United, instead of just really fighting them head on, they decided to just proceed a little bit more further back to allow themselves to be able to play a tag team situation. You want to be able to just disallow for these quick trades, disallow for isolated fights, and they're very patient when it comes to this. They're waiting at the windows. Instead, in case someone pushes out, they want to be in a situation where they're ready to just quickly knock someone down if they do decide to reach into their defenses here. And this question mark moments coming in from Red Hawks. Where exactly is Buriram United? How close are they holding on here? And if we go in together, is there a situation where we're able to just trade off one another as well? We don't want to be walking into a moving meat grinder.
All right, it looks like VP lost one team member towards Team AGAL. The remainings are actually quite far outside of the zone. I'm not so sure whether or not Virtus Pro has the space and time to enter the safe zone right here. Same goes to Paying Gaming. As the circle is closing, they have to either ride a vehicle right here or swim to shore. If they have a jump pad, that would be the best option for them. But judging from how they are just sitting around scouting, oh yeah, there you go. I was about to say they don't have a jump pad, but they do. But oh no!
Oh no. This
Entering the mouth of Rainbow 7, the food is being served on the platter. Games King tries to put towards Paying Gaming, however, it was blocked by Aya takes down good. No, that was taken down by Turbo as well. Things are not looking good for Paying Gaming as the Latam keep one by one massacring them. Now it's left with Peter and Motovea, but Motovea has been knocked as well. Now Peter all alone. Home alone right here for Pay Gaming. Peter has to work fast. Red Hawks, however, eliminated on time place. I believe was eliminated by Buriram. But Peter from Pay finally goes down. There goes Pay Gaming. But Rainbow 7. Oh no, what had happened? Suddenly they lost, giving points to the other team. Rainbow 7 at 8th place.
I have to say, a lot of teams had their eyes on that particular corner. It's rough. Even BSE is facing a lot of pressure right now from Onyx as well. It was rough because Pay Gaming came in first. Virtus Pro also out already. There's so many fights happening outside of our field of vision right now. And we can't really keep it up because everyone is upping the ante.
Look at the points. Dragon now has the same point. No, actually exceeded Hotshot. So Dragon managed to find the points to be on the rush point rush stage. However, we should see whether or not Onyx or Vision System managed to cut them off. But talking about Onyx, it looks like Kram is now no more taken down by Dragon themselves. So the Mena team right now standing very strong on the top 6 of Solana right here. Really need to secure comfortable points against Onyx, against Vision, so that they will not be cut off from the back.
DRG is not over till it's over. We chase till we can chase. But Buriram United is another story here as Moshi falls. Falcons have been fairly quiet this entire game. They haven't moved at all for where they are holding for the time being. These long-range fights just so on brand for them to be able to just really disrupt all of these rotations as Remind puts in the damage onto Onyx as well. Adam finally taken down by Anders, but it's not done quite yet because BSE, they want to chase. Adam knocked out finally here. Noki as well. And they're looking to take away any of these points. Triple kills taken away. A Remind putting in the pressure, putting the hurt and the pain. The pressure onto Onyx is incredible right now. It's only one person left standing as DRG sets their sights onto BSE.
BSE Vision System SPA right now under fire by Dragon. Dragons really need to take down that team. If not, there's a possibility for Vision to come to the top 12 with 90 points right now on Dragon. They really need to do work. Yase goes down. There's only 3 members left for the Mena team. Onyx gone. Onyx disappeared from the map. The hope for the Mena team is alive. But now it's up to Vision whether or not they will deny it. Dragon had to pay out the third as well. Sala goes down. The kills are coming in by Vision System. They are trying to hunt for that booyah. Slaybox goes down. Dragons taken down one by one. VSC 7 elimination. It's just so close, Dash.
VSE rallying. When Hope said no, they said nah. Let's change the trajectory of our fate. Wasana will be another one to fall. Buriram United falls to this team. But they're not done quite yet. Remind has 4 eliminations, a majority of kills from DRG themselves. Just jump shots, just a reposition here. Tries whether or not he can steal away some elimination points to really put in the pain to the members of Falcons. And this crossfire from Vision is not making it easy. And Falcons decide to choose their fight. They choose to take a bit more space forward, ignoring where DRG are. And DRG with only 2 members left on the top side here, tries to rush forward. BSE aware, puts in the damage onto Remind. Their reposition's not enough to kill quite yet, and they are going to wait.
Both Dragons and Falcons are moving with the Dons, however, only 1 floor apart. Sipok takes up another. No! Falcon denies it from Dragons. Now it's up to BSE. Vision, will they manage to get the first booyah here? Trying to execute on Falcon. They are in, but Jota goes down. Falcon holding their ground, forcing Vision to try to go from their vicinity. Andre now on the bottom floor. Chicks and Maxi still trying to guard that second floor. Falcon gathering all in one spot right here. But Peter tries to execute towards Maxi on the balcony. But Maxi goes down. Falcon is now so close to gain that booyah. Peter goes towards first floor. Kiro goes down as well as Peter. It's gonna be 2v2. It's so close. But Andre, red color now. That's off to T. Chicks is the only person that could bring booyah for Vision System. Pina and Limit finally rest their legs for a while. Time to observe what Chicks is doing. But Pina goes towards the front of VSK in hand. Chick cannot hold it. It's a 2v1. Try to hold on the line. Now, baby, because booyah for Falcons.
The Falcons still stand strong. They stand tall, very decisive in what they wanted to do. Position-wise was not the best for them. Sandwiched between two teams, and they made that quick decision. What are we gonna do? We take this fight against BSE, or we take this fight against DRG? And they chose DRG, knowing that they are the team that had the lesser amount of players. And they were very methodical. These quick takings, this decision-making is just key on why exactly they got that last booyah. But the same could be said about that team from VSE here. This is a situation where it was so close for them to be able to rise up to the top. But despite everything, despite being at the bottom of the barrel at one point today, they still rally, they still chase, and they said, even as the maps ended, it's not over till it's over.
Vision System almost yet again for the second time today almost secured that booyah, but they could not complete the game as smooth as they would. Falcons, this is their third booyah, I believe, in EWC thus far, and it looks like our returning champions are showing the colors of green in the sky with the closing booyah on the last day of the knockout stage. Now, the most pinnacle, the most important information we would like to know. Will it be Vision System or Dragon Esports be at that 12th place?
This is where a lot of question marks come in, right? Because we have no clue what's going on right now. Because the amount of eliminations, if you think about it, you know, with Vision System getting 10, it should just really, catapult themselves forward. Granted, they also got that second place finish as well. But this map was very competitive. We start seeing fights from around the map. Yeah, a slower start. But when people said, let's go fight, they went all in and went all to fight. It was so hard to really pinpoint which team is actually going to be on the back foot. We thought that we already had a feeling or a good idea of who exactly would making it into the top 12. But I have to say, till the last game, we are still question marking what is going on.
Definitely true. Oh, a very intense moment here. And there you go. We got our tables right here. With 3 points different, Dragon Esports managed to qualify for the point rush. Vision System so close, but yet so far almost will never be there. 13th place for them. And with that said, Tash, please.
I am so shocked as Vision System. They were at the bottom of the ladder in the beginning of today. But somehow today, they had really rallied themselves, almost making it there. But as you said, almost is not enough because there are only 12 slots. Dragons basically has clawed their way in, pushing hot shots below them, which is such a heartbreaker if you ask me. At Group B, it must have been so hard for them today. Just not being able to play, not being able to do anything as the day 1 and day 2 had ended. They could only watch as other teams slowly clawed their way to the top and pushed them out of that leaderboard rankings. And for Team Falcons topping these leaderboards, they have come here not to play, but to defend their title. They are looking to say that there's a reason why Riyadh is their nest, and there's a reason why they are here to just really dominate. Lost, I think they had a phenomenal run as well, but a little bit too late compared to the rest of the teams.
Yeah, to conclude our day, ladies and gentlemen, we have our 12th team towards point rush stage. We have Team Falcons, Lost, EVOS, RRQ, Pain Gaming, Core Memory, Buriram United, Vitality, Movie Star 7, AGAL, Fluxo, and also Dragon Esports. There you go, we have our 12, and right after this, we are going to go with Carol on stage. So Carol, what's going on?
Wow, what a challenging and amazing knockout stage we had. And I'm happy to welcome here the top team of the day, the reigning champions, Team Falcons! Congratulations, guys, you have made it to the finals. But before we advance to the point rush stage, you still have one more duty to do, all right? Right now, you get the honors to crush the bottom 16 keys and send them home. Are you guys happy to do that?
พร้อมหรือยังฮะที่จะบดขยี้กุญแจของทีมที่ตกรอบในวันนี้ครับพร้อมแล้วครับ We are ready to be the honor to do this one.
Amazing, amazing. The crowd is going crazy. I love that. Yes, guys. Amazing. So I'm gonna need your help right now because we have 4 steps here, right? First one, turn the key, open the switch, flick the switch, and finally press the button.
สเต็ปนะฮะก็ง่ายๆเลยนะครับคนแรกนะครับหมุนกุญแจครับคนที่2เปิดฝาครับคนที่3กดสัญญาณครับคนที่4กดปุ่มค้างไว้ครับผม
Okay, so let's start right now. It's time for the crusher. First play, please. Turn on the key.
หมุนกุญแจได้เลยครับ
Perfect. Second player, lift to open the switch. Third player, flick the switch. Wait. Fourth player, you have the most important job right now. Because when you press this button, you're gonna crush those keys and end dreams here. Are you ready?
ก็คนสุดท้ายนะครับได้หน้าที่ที่สำคัญที่สุดเลยนะครับคือการกดปุ่มเพื่อบดขยี้กุญแจทั้ง6นะครับไม่ทราบว่าพร้อมหรือยังครับโอ้พร้อมสุดๆเลยครับ we are ready
so let's go press the button
ถ้าพร้อมแล้วก็กดเลยครับผมค้าง
You can go there. Oh, wait. That's okay. Press the button for me.
What?
There we go. Those keys now are all crush. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Congratulations. I will see you guys on the finals. Good luck. Enjoy your day because you have made to the finals.
ก็ขอแสดงความยินดีอีกรอบด้วยนะครับสำหรับวันนี้นะฮะก็เจอกันในรอบไฟนอลนะฮะขอให้คุณได้เป็นแชมป์ใน EWC 2025 ครับผม
Awesome. Alright guys, the group stage is officially over and after 3 intense days, we now know the 12 teams there will advance to the grand finals. But before that, we have the point rush stage. From now on, every point counts, every move matters. And I'm back to you guys, my favorite host desk, my favorite analyst desk. See you tomorrow, bye!
And we just witnessed the dreams of 6 teams vanish in the blink of an eye as they did not make the top 12. But at the same time, we also see the dreams continue for our top 12 teams as they will continue into the championship weekend. Welcome back to the panel, folks. We still have a lot to break down because this is just the beginning at EWC. We still have the championship weekend. This is just step 1, folks. But how are we feeling going into the championship weekend? Because we have our top 12 teams. Do we think it's going to be a repeat of last year? Is it maybe going to be a dark horse that claims the title? What do we think?
I personally think that it's not going to be a repeat because these teams have felt that sting of defeat of being so close and yet so far. But I think for everybody out there watching and looking at the overall rankings, that last match alone, DRG fans, Dragon fans are looking at it and just praying. They were praying that VSC did not get enough points and they were just short by 3.
I don't want to think that it's going to be like a repeat, but we can see Team Falcons as the first and Loz as the second. But I mean, Loz right now used to be the team that just ended EWC at the second spot. So maybe we can see some things like pretty similar, but I'm not really sure about it. I think we can see like Fluxo improving and Pain Gaming improving. We also can see Buridam improving because we always expect we always have high expectations from them, but it was really nice to see those teams playing, and I'm really happy with our top 12.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, there's a lot of changes that might be happening in this overall rankings as well as comparing them from last year. So there's no bottom line just yet. Everything can change because we're going to hit the reset button for Point Rush as well as Grand Finals.
Exactly. So all of a sudden, with everyone back on even playing fields, I mean, it's going to be a bit of reinvigoration, maybe some motivation, maybe some surprises, but also a question of whether the curse is real, right? Because we did mention this coming into the broadcast that Free Fire Esports, we have a bit of a curse where whoever does well in the knockout stage, that team never gets the championship title. So coming into the championship weekend, is that curse going to continue? Because Falcons, they were last year's champion. And look where they are today.
I refuse to believe this. I refuse to believe the superstitions, the conspiracy theories. If it all happens all over again, then the earth is flat, vaccines don't do anything. Like, again, you throw it in the ballpark, our universe is in a globe, like everything. Where's the tinfoil hats? We need them right now.
Well, we'll have to see though. Probably they can do something that RRQ did at that point, like do some rituals from what we've seen earlier, just to make sure that the curse doesn't happen. But again, there's a lot of things that might change, a lot of things that might happen overall, because we've seen great improvement from those who were chasing on that top 12. Those who we expected to be in the top 12, unfortunately, didn't really make it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like our Kidia top plays are ready to go, folks. Let's have a look and see what were our top plays here for day 3 for Free Fire at EWC 25. I mean, gentlemen, I want to ask you actually, what was your favorite play today? Was there any particular game, any moment where you just thought, that's a game I want someone to watch?
Oh, this is a tough one. I hope they show it in the highlights. The one that we're seeing right now is unfortunately when BP getting wiped out because of the amount of thirds. But I think some of the best plays have honestly come out from the Tom side. Like, Lost has done some really good work, but I think even Pain Gaming as well really stepped up to the mantle, especially against some of the best teams in the world coming in from Southeast Asia.
One thing I would say though, it might not be the best, but it's a nerve-wracking.
Oh, yes.
The final 2 teams, the potential clutch that Dragon Esports could have done against
the VSS, the double headshot.
Double headshot. And like if that went through, not only are we celebrating Dragon Esports getting to the top 12, but like them showing the biggest highlights for this year.
I completely agree. Because, well, in my opinion, we need to see that type of move coming from the teams that were in the bottom. So, well, it was really important, and I mean, I like to believe that it was.